Hi viewers, today I have got a special guest with me, Mr. Suhas Talwar. He is a peak performance strategist having 16 plus years of experience in the industry. And you guessed it right, today we are going to talk about peak performance. So Suhas, can you introduce yourself to the viewers briefly?
Sure, why not? You know my name, Suhas Talwar. I'm the co-founder of coevolve. It's an organization which is focused on transformation through peak performance. I'm a peak performance strategist, and I'm going to talk about that today. Coevolve is an organization that not only talks about but gives you an experience of a transformation or triggering a transformation and take you onto the journey. That's what I could talk about right now, and maybe in the next few minutes I'll reveal a few more things as well.
So Suhas, before we move on to peak performances, can you talk about your entrepreneurship journey?
Fantastic, that's a lovely question, and I'd love to speak about it. The point being, I come from a lower middle class family and with no business background at all. Yeah, it was a difficult journey, and I'm fortunate to have very good mentors, right? And I met very good mentors. These people actually mentored me to the point that they even helped me to set up my own organization. And I've been very fortunate in that way. Otherwise, it's been a very difficult journey for me with no money, no business background, and then going ahead and coming to this particular point where I'm spent 16 years in this industry. Yeah, it was a little difficult, but I've enjoyed every bit of it. No regrets at all.
Great. So now we have talked about your entrepreneurship journey. So I'd also like my viewers to know about the real story behind your entire entrepreneurship. So your friends, they have given a brief overview about your life. So the audience deserves to know.
Okay, so you're asking me the story behind the story.
Yeah, story
All right.
behind the story.
All right, fantastic. I'd like to share that. And okay, here we go. So it's like when I first left from home, I was almost broke, no money. And you could say I was in the place of a homeless person. And from there, I first went ahead and started working at a pizza outlet. And I waited there for some time, and then I have gone on to work with a sales organization where I worked as a salesperson for some time. Not an easy time for me. From there on, I went on to work with a call center. I did really great there. And from there on to this particular spot. So it's like I've been fortunate to sit here and be interviewed by Vinit and being able to share this particular story with you. It was a very difficult time. I've faced a lot of hardships, yes, and gotten here. Yeah, that's true. So that's the story behind the story in a nutshell.
Great, Suhas. So what this entire peak performance is?
Okay, that's a good question. A lot of people talk about peak performance, not even defining what peak performance is.
Yeah.
So here's what I think peak performance. Peak performance is a journey, okay, and it's a standard that you live up to.
Okay.
It's like a lot of people talk about perfection and then they talk about improving that. It's just like that. Perfection is a myth, right? In the same way, when you do something and then you move on to the next level, that becomes the next peak that you have. It's like conquering one mountain and then moving on to the next one. That's what peak performance is all about. Keep improving on your standards and move on to the next level all the time. That's what peak performance is all about.
So for example, say Suhas, I have got a lot of vice presidents in my connect and a lot of young entrepreneurs, leaders, and every leader or every entrepreneur or vice president, they have got different complex problems in their life. Different, they are at different levels, pedestals in their life. So when we talk about peak performances and when you have these kind of training programs, so how you define it, how you tailor it for every individual?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. And here's what I would like to say about this. If you look at what I do and I talk about peak performance,
Right.
I look at every person as a human being. And the fundamentals of peak performance are the same for everyone, no matter what. You could be an athlete, you could be the vice president of an organization, you could be a manager, you could be a doctor, or it could be anything, right? It could even be a homemaker for that matter, right? And the basics for human fundamentals are the same for everybody. So you know that if you change a certain thing, it actually propels you in a direction where you could progress. And if you make the wrong change, it can even pull you back. So that's the basic fundamental. I understand human psychology. I've studied it for years. And thus I work on the habits and the behaviors of people and not on the positions. For example, the title that you're talking about, a vice president or an entrepreneur, owner of the organization. That doesn't mean anything.
So I ask this why? Because these are high achievers, high performance individuals. So generally they are very cocky by their nature. They generally don't believe on these transformational gurus or people who are giving these knowledge that I am going to really change your life. So since you are here, and this question is very much important for you to answer, because all these viewers, they would be very critical.
Absolutely, and I understand that. And when I say I'm a peak performance strategist and I motivate people and I bring them to the point where they can start making the change and then move on to transformation, yes, I cannot, and I'm saying this on camera, I cannot motivate anyone. I cannot change anyone. And if somebody is claiming to do that, I don't believe them. Because the first thing that you need to make sure that you become a peak performer or you start changing yourself first, transformation comes in later. The first thing that you need is you need to be willing to change yourself, to move on to the next level, to become a peak performer. Like you say, you're an achiever. You're an achiever because you're willed to do something and reach that point. So if you're not willing, I will not be able to help you. I may change myself because I'm willing to change myself, but I will not be able to change you if you are not willing to change yourself.
Great. That's very important, that if I'm not willing to change myself, then nothing is going to work.
Absolutely.
So Suhas, why people should enroll in this program? Definitely you are coming up with this event in month of April. Coevolve is organizing an event in Goa.
That's right.
So why it is so interesting? Why people should join this tribe?
Absolutely, like you said, it's not an event, it's an event to create a tribe. And if you look at the organizational name, it's coevolve. So as we are evolving, like I said, I have had a difficult journey. And as I was a kid and I grew up, so I had no people to mentor me, to coach me, to guide me, because I come from a small city, right? And because I have gone through these troubles and these tough times, I do not want anybody else to suffer the way I did. So I want them to evolve with us, a tribe of people or a tribe of people who are great at whatever they do.
So is this expensive?
I would say it's expensive. It's the value, right, that you attach to it and not the cost.
So what's the difference between people going to these events of Mind Valley or Grant Cardone? So why not?
Of course, you rightly said, and I completely resonate with that. People pay a huge sum of money to go to a Grant Cardone program or maybe a Mind Valley program like the A-Fest, and they don't look at it as a cost. They look at it as an investment. And those are the kind of people who move forward. Like I said, peak performance is about setting up a standard. And transformation is a journey. The reason I say come to this particular place, that's coevolve, that's a summit, and be a part of the tribe is because we are creating a set or a community of like-minded people, right? And the reason I say like-minded people is because one of the reasons we also created this is because the educational system and how people are taught back in school and colleges and even their parents for that matter. And when I say their parents, even my parents, I would include that, right? They have taught us in a particular way which has kind of, straightened our mindset. We need to open up a little more, understand how life works. Technical knowledge, fine, great. You become an engineer, super. I love that. How do you live your life? Difficult question. Nobody has taught you that. And we call this a carnival of personal development. So when I say the name, you know it. It's like we're going to have a lot of fun, we're going to learn, and we're going to learn from each other. And there's going to be a lot of parties as well. So we're going to have fun and we're going to learn and we're going to learn the way we need to live our life. And that's why you should get here. Meet amazing people, create a network, learn how to live life.
Great. So what is in for entrepreneurs?
What is in for entrepreneurs? Meeting a lot of other entrepreneurs meeting some of the greatest teachers on planet Earth, learning from them, learning from each other, maybe even create business opportunities for each other. I don't know. There's a lot of things that happen at this particular event. Like they say, a lot can happen over a cup of coffee. A lot more can happen in a summit like this.
Great. Thank you, Suhas, for sharing your journey. And thank you all my viewers for watching this vlog. Please make sure to be in Coevolve Summit. I request you to please comment, share, and keep loving us. Bye.
Bye.